Hello, thank you so much for coming. Today I am doing 9 perfectly parted back lines but with a twist, and I'm going to show you how to turn this into a long-lasting protective style that can last up to a month. Okay, so to save time, I'm going to be using 2 needles, and I've already pre-made these 9 twisted braids the way you're seeing. And from the title, if you can't flat twist, so I don't know how long you've been struggling to try a flat twisted cornrow, but in this video, if you can't flat twist, stick around, because the secret to clean braids is to always start with the parting. Okay, so with the gel, remember a little is more, and I'm starting by dividing the hair into 2 equal halves the way you're seeing, and from here I will section each side into 4 and half parts. So we're gonna see that. So when we combine them, we get exactly 9 symmetrical lines down to the back. Okay, so no guessing here, just clean even sections. Okay, so as you can see, I've already divided the hair into 2 clean equal parts, and now you will need a hairband or clips to secure the section that you're not working on. And if you're a beginner and you're struggling to make your lines meet perfectly at the back, you can use this guide. Okay, so from one section, just divide it into 2. Okay, you divide it into 2 like that, and this will be your guide to make your lines meet perfectly at the back. But once you get used to it, you're gonna master it, and you won't be dividing the hair into 2. And yeah, so this will be your guide to make your lines meet perfectly at the back. And this parting method doesn't just look good, but I feel like it also makes the braiding process faster and more consistent, because it only took me 2 hours to finish this. Okay, so for the foundation, I'm gonna be using the French braiding to anchor the style. So we're gonna see that, and it just gives a natural secure base and helps the install twist last longer. And trust me, this is the key if you want a protective style that goes a distance. Okay, so if you agree with me, leave a comment in the comment section. So let me know your feedback. Okay, so I'm gonna begin to do the French braiding, and as you can see, going to the back, I'm reducing the size. And don't forget, from the right side, we're gonna have 4.5 lines. Okay, going to the back, so put that in mind. And also we're gonna do the same to the left side. So when we combine them, we're gonna have 9 perfectly parted back lines. And to do the French braiding, you need to divide your section into 2 equal parts the way you're seeing. Okay, and then to begin, from the left section, you're gonna get 1 section of hair, and then from the right you get 2. I do hope you understand. And then to begin, it's like you're doing braid, but it's continuous. So you just braid like 2 times, then you start picking hair from right and left. Okay, so I do hope you understand. So you pick small section of hair from right and left, and you're gonna have your nice pattern of French braiding going to the back. Okay, Thank you so much for catching up with me up to this point so that you can understand step by step what I'm trying to let you learn with me today. So now here comes the twist. Literally, as I mentioned earlier, I've pre-made these twisted braids, as you can see, and I'm gonna be sewing them right on top of the French braid, okay? So this technique gives the illusion of a full install, but with a less tension on the scalp, as you can see, and way more to last longer. Okay, so to install this, you need to make sure the twisted braids stays in the middle so that it's gonna hide the French braid pattern, and it's gonna have that natural look. Okay, so remember to do it firmly, not too tight, so that you won't put tension on the scalp. Okay, so I do hope you understand. And if this style is installed and maintained the right way, it can last up to 6 weeks. Okay, so you just wrap it at night, and you just oil your scalp when needed, and you can also avoid heavy moisture buildup. And for me, I feel like it's a low maintenance protective style, and it will still look clean week after week if it's maintained the right way. Okay, so I will also show you exactly how to take this down safely, because I think no style is worth it if it damages your hair during removal. Okay, so it's better to do the protective styles the right way, and that's what we're doing in this video. Okay. so much for sticking around and catching up with me up to this point. I'm so grateful to have you here so that you can learn with me step by step, and I do hope you're gonna give this a try. And if this is your kind of content, clean styles, detailed tutorials, and braids that last, make sure you stick around for the final results. Okay, so you can comment below the video if you'd love to try this style, or if you have any question you can drop them and I'm gonna be answering everything. Okay, so after about a month or 6 weeks you'll start to notice new growth, and you're gonna see the thread becoming loose and a bit more visible, and that is a sign it's time to take them down. Okay, so now you don't want to rip, and we are doing this gently, and you can use a razor blade, a seam ripper, or scissors if you are confident. Okay, just snip the thread where it's loose, then take a pin tail comb and simply pull the thread out. Okay, it slides out super easily and no stress on your hair. Okay, so underneath you're gonna be left with the natural French braids we braided at the beginning. Okay, and the best part, they are so easy to remove, no heavy product buildup, no tangles, are just neat and clean. Okay, yeah, so this is all that I had to let you learn with me today, from install to take down. And this style is made to just protect your hair and make your life easier. Okay, so leave a thumbs up if you find this helpful, and yeah, so I'll see you in my next video.